Hello, this is Jonathan from MeetJonathan.com coming to you from North Las Vegas, Nevada, and today I'm going to be teaching you about MLM prospecting, specifically 5 effective tips to triple your business. The first is improving your relationship building skills. It doesn't have to be difficult, and in fact, if you come forward as someone being authentic, who you really are, or even a better version of yourself, that can go a long way toward improving how you relate to other people. Starting off, since your mind is getting used to it, you may act more professional and less authentic. Of course, that does happen and is natural. So if that's how you end up talking to people, give it some time and remember to be yourself. You don't have to be like a sleazy used car salesman to improve your sales skills or even your relationship building skills. I mean, if you do it right, then the people you're talking to and yourself actually have a pleasant experience and one that they will remember. It's just going to take time and you're going to have to adjust as you go. And eventually you will get to a point where you can tell how well you're doing compared to your previous attempts. And always learn from your mistakes. So for improving your relationship building skills, just be sure to look for any common ground or similarities, something that you can genuinely compliment a person on and know that it's authentic. Second, learning to sort serious people from others. You have to be able to get real good at this, and while still being respectful and polite, thanking people for their time. You also have to respect your time as well. Generally, you can tell how serious people are based on their behavior, especially their word choices, and what they're doing when they're talking to you. If you have a good instinct for this, go with it. Generally, your instinct will give you a clear picture of who's actually being serious and who isn't. And the people that aren't serious could, in some cases, be wasting your time instead of respecting it. Generally, sometimes some people look for like a free business to start, which this isn't a news flash. We know that many businesses can't operate for free. Even a nonprofit has to solicit donations to keep its operations going. And as far as telling the difference, if you don't have the instinct for it, it's just something you're going to have to learn over time. Increased experience translates into instinct over time, and that's really the only way you can build a good instinct. Next, following up with serious prospects. If the person you're prospecting has any additional questions that were not covered in the first session, then go ahead and schedule a future time with them where they maybe 15 to 30 minutes, usually go about 30, where they can write down their questions and bring them to you on the next meeting. Anything you've learned up to this point about them you can use to remind them of why they're interested in this business in the first place. Many people have each person has a slightly different or very different reason for wanting to start a business. It could be for their family, their friends, wanting to travel more, or whatever. It is very personal to them and you need to respect it. And remember, this is about them, not you. I can't remember who said it, and it's very famous. The more you help others, the more you'll get back in return. It's not an exact quote, but it is close enough. And it's something that you should keep in mind when you're following up with your prospects. Make sure you come upon an agreed time during the week in order to where both of you can meet at a relaxed pace and go through any questions that your prospect has. Next, closing and sponsoring your prospects. If they have shown strong interest in starting a business and want to actually start one with you, partner with you in your MLM company, then this is where you show them in as few minutes as possible, generally 15 to 30. You want to show them how quickly the closing and sponsoring process can be. You get out you should have with you any presentation materials. You should also have the website bookmarked and ready to go in your web browser, or at least written down. If you have a data plan on your mobile device, even better, or even on your smartphone. Show them what they need to do to get started, what they have to do to sign up and pay for their initial service. You also need to show them how to quickly do them a favor and show them how to quickly sort through people who are serious and who are not. Saving time is a big deal, especially when a person has only 10 to 15 hours per week. Another thing you can do is also show them how to spend that 10 to 15 hours based on their schedule. You can also show them how to adapt it according to any changes in their work schedule. That way they can work in the nooks and crannies of their schedule and get the maximum effect possible for the time they do have able to devote to this project. Most importantly, show them the materials that should be required, the minimum essential resources needed to conduct a presentation. So that way they can get right to the meat and potatoes of the discussion and realize just how quick the entire process can be. An important lesson about time. When you're prospecting, following up, or closing, learn how to compress the time between meetings and relationship building skills and show your new partner how to do that as well. You can still shorten quite a fair bit of time into a smaller chunk of time itself and still be respectful and polite to your prospects. The best network marketers can compress time between meetings or between initial outreach and also sponsoring. Teach your partners how to do that as well. Finally, an important tip, especially for leverage when you're crunched for time, teaching your growing team. The larger your team becomes, the more impractical it becomes to teach everybody in your team. So what I recommend is taking advantage of technology. There's a service called Zoom Webinar. The level of service I use is about $15 per month, and you can teach up to 100 people in that plan. I chose Zoom Webinar because I get to pay for only what I need to use, and not like what something like GoToWebinar charges, which is an outrageous fee for features that I don't even use. From the videos you record through the Zoom Webinar service after teaching, actually before you start teaching your team, make sure you record the video and save it for later, and save it to a login secured web page or service. That way you can show your team members how to access those recorded videos. Additionally, you'll also want to create a secret Facebook group that's just for your team members. And in that Facebook group, you pin a post to the top of the discussion board, how to access the training videos, login procedures, things like that, and specific rules like do not share videos outside of the group. That way you can do a one-to-many teaching style and pop in during the week to answer any questions that come up from your other team members. And also encourage your more veteran team members to help teach the newer members that come into the Facebook group and become part of your team. That way everyone can come in whenever their schedule allows and help each other, and they may actually get insights into how to do something, such as initially outreaching to people whom they've just started talking to. And with all that in mind, if you follow these tips, your business will grow faster than you think. If you enjoyed this video, scroll down to the first link below this video if you're on YouTube, and click the link to get access to a way to truly work from home without having to run around town slapping post-it notes in bathrooms, malls, and boards around town. So if you really want to truly work from home on your terms and your schedule, go ahead and click the link below in the video description and get access to a free PDF where I show you how to leverage time and automatically collect new prospects onto an email list that you can market to over time and also get possible signups in your MLM business. Take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Home Biz Talk. Oh, I forgot one thing. If you're watching this from my blog, be sure to look up in the upper right-hand corner of the blog toward the largest banner. You can access the same PDF I just mentioned earlier. Take care and see you on the next episode. Bye.